Algebra I skills number 35, finding the vertex from standard form. Okay, so we're going to do this actually without completing the square here. And we can do it just straight with the formula. X coordinate of the vertex is this negative b over 2a. Okay, so if you use that, you can find the x coordinate of the vertex. And then to find the y coordinate, you would just plug whatever you got for that into your function. Okay, there's a couple, let's see a couple examples. So here we have a quadratic function, clearly x squared right here. You could complete the square, and it wouldn't be that hard to do on this. But what we're going to do instead is first identify a and b. Now, a and b, once this is clear over here, if it's just y or if it's in some cases a 0, you can go ahead and declare a, b, and c. Well, a is always the x squared coefficient. So in this case, it's 1. b is the x coefficient. Okay, so here it's -4. C would be the constant, which is not relevant here. We're going to use our formula, again, negative b over 2a. We're going to plug -4 into b and 1 into a, as it says here. Now notice there is a negative in our formula, so there's two negatives. And it's pretty easy math here. That ends up being a 2 for your x coordinate. For your y coordinate, we're just going to put 2 back into the equation. So you can see a 2 in both of those spots. We could have made those red. We didn't here. But 2 took the place of x. Okay, so otherwise, it's instead of x squared minus 4x minus 3, it's now 2 squared minus 4 times 2 minus 3. Okay, and that gives you -7. So therefore, our vertex, you can see the colors here, is 2, -7. And we graphed it here to show, and you can see here it's 2, -7. Okay, so again, an alternate way of finding that vertex. The second example, this one's going to be a little messier. When you have an odd here and we have a number in front, it gets a little messier. But again, a is 2, b is 7, c would be -9, but it's not relevant here. And we're going to do a very similar process. There's a fraction, and that's okay. Sometimes that happens. That fraction you could change to decimal if you want to. We're going to plug that into the equation, again, into each x. So -7 over 4 is in for each x. And you can see what you get, -121 over 8. So my vertex is that. It got cut off a little bit at the bottom, but -7 4 is -121 over 8. And if you were to graph that, notice that it's with Desmos graph here. These are in decimals, but you can find that those are the same thing here. So a little messy, but it is a great way. Definitely this is easier for at least number 2 than completing the square would be to find that vertex.